Stay tuned for the next guest.
Good evening, dear viewers. Today we are covering the third annual conference at Kuwait Technical College. This year's conference focuses on business innovation via digital transformation. This is Ali Gabandi for Hala Kuwait, KTV2. Stay tuned for this report.
اليوم احنا فرحين في كلية الكويت التقنية في استضافة هذا المؤتمر. احنا نعتبر السنة الثالثة على التوالي اللي نهتم في توجهات الطالب الكويتي وشنو اللي يشوفه بالمستقبل بمناقشة أهم المواضيع اللي ممكن تهم الطلبة لتحقيق دراستهم الأكاديمية على أرض الواقع وننقلهم إلى الحياة العملية. اليوم احنا اهتمينا وطرحنا كان مهتمين في حاضنات الأعمال وكذلك ريادة الأعمال والتحولات الرقمية اللي حاصلة في العالم. الهدف من المؤتمر اليوم أن تكون إضافة للعملية التعليمية، أن وجهنا الطالب أو الطلبة للقادم من الأيام والقادم بالمستقبل وشو اللي بيواجههم على أرض الواقع. عندنا مجموعة مشاركين سواء من المملكة المتحدة ولا الأخوة في قطر ينقلون لنا فكرتهم وينقلون لنا تجاربهم واللي طبقوه على أرض الواقع. هالنوعية من المؤتمرات هذه تساهم في رفع العملية التعليمية بالكويت، مو بس نقدم طرح أكاديمي وكذلك الحلول فعلية ممكن أن الطالب يستفيد منها، وهذا مع توجه الدولة اللي هو نقل الطالب إلى القطاع الخاص بالمستقبل. كذلك هذا دور القطاع الخاص اللي هو المساهمة الفعلية في المجتمع، أن ننقل صورة سليمة للقادم من الأيام للطلبة حيث أن نساهم في اختياراتهم المستقبلية تكون على أتم وجه.
It gives us a great pleasure to host such a distinguished group of academic, industry leaders, entrepreneurs, students at Kuwait Technical College. Our theme this year is about innovation and digital transformation, which is no longer a buzzword, it's a must. And actually at KTech we believe that we must continue our role in terms of equipping students with the right tools to succeed in terms of entrepreneurship and digital transformation.
أنا مشارك في هذا المؤتمر الثالث لكلية الكويت التقنية. طبعا مشاركتي من خلال المؤتمر هذا شاركت كمتحدث، تكلمت عن أهمية البيانات وتحليل البيانات لاتخاذ قرارات خاصة لأصحاب المشاريع الصغيرة. طبعا من خلال هذا المؤتمر اللي استشفيته واللي اكتشفت أن هناك بعض الأشياء الممتازة للمبادرين اخواننا الشباب، مثل تقديم بعض الورش، بعض الدورات الخاصه في كيفيه اداره المشاريع، بالاضافه الى المتحدثين اللي جايين من برا الكويت اللي قدموا من خبراتهم، من خبرات عالميه لاصحاب المشاريع الصغيره، لان من الضروري ان احنا ايضا نطلع الخبرات العالميه شنو اتجاهاتها، بالتالي احنا ناخذ من خبراتهم ونطبق هنا بالكويت. طبعا المؤتمر ما شاء الله انا اشوفه بوجهه نظري هو مؤتمر ناجح، قدم عده توصيات وعده حلول، بالاخص هو توظيف وتوطين التكنولوجيا في اداره المشاريع الصغيره. وكل التوفيق للشباب والاخوه العاملين في كليه الكويت التقنيه، يعطيكم العافيه.
Well, I participated in the conference. I gave the keynote speech. And it was very good. Equally important was that the conference itself gave a lot of inputs in as far as driving entrepreneurship into being innovative and digital transformation. So the message was really clear and very simple, to an extent that there was a lot of participations from the rest of the audience, which meant that the message was shared and everybody else was happy with that. The future is that we need to continue from where we have started. So we move on, because digital transformation is an ongoing moving vehicle. So each one of us need to be part of that journey, and we can't lag behind, so we need to be participating. So innovation as an inclusive aspect of it comes handy when people become very innovative teams, organizations. That on itself, getting into consideration the fact that the customer is the focus. We need to make sure that the customer receives the best quality of products, and once they are happy and satisfied, then that moves the business into higher heights.
سعيد للأمانة أني أكون جزء من مؤتمر كيتك. شاركت في حلقة نقاشية متعلقة بدور الابتكار في ريادة الأعمال بصحبة عدد من المبتكرين. كانت حلقة نقاشية مثرية جدا. ناقشنا فيها كيفية نشر ثقافة الابتكار في مؤسساتنا التعليمية، وكيفية جعل الطلاب يستفيدون من حاضنات الأعمال اللي موجودة سواء في الكويت أو في دول الخليج. كانت حلقة نقاشية إيجابية جدا ومثرية، فكل الشكر لجميع المنظمين والقائمين على هذا المؤتمر ويعطيهم العافية، وأتمنى أن الطلبة استفادوا من النقاش اللي دار خلال الحلقة النقاشية. يعطيكم ألف عافية.
سعيد بتواجدي ومشاركتي في الحلقة النقاشية اليوم على هامش مؤتمر واقع ريادة الابتكار في ريادة الأعمال، على هامش مؤتمر واقع الابتكار في ريادة الأعمال. اليوم تواجدنا في كيتك. الأخوان ما قصروا صراحة في تنظيم هذا المؤتمر، وحاولنا إن شاء الله أن نساهم في معرفتنا وفي الخبرة المتراكمة في مجموعة من الشركات اللي ساهمنا في إنشائها. فأعطيناهم اليوم من تجاربنا، تكلمنا عن التحديات، النصائح اللي ننصح فيها رواد الاعمال دائما والمبتكرين في هذا المجال. والله يوفقهم ان شاء الله اخواننا الطلبه، وان شاء الله نكون احنا ساهمنا يعني ولو شيء بسيط من اثراء يعني المعلومات عندهم فيما يخص الابتكار ورياده الاعمال.
Welcome back, dear viewers, in such an interesting report, and we're going to know more about this report with our first guest of the evening. She is Ms. Nورة العصيمي, Assistant Vice President and also Finance and Administrative Affairs at Kuwait Technical College, KTech. Nora, good evening. It's really a pleasure to have you with us on the Hala Kuwait.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me.
It's really a pleasure. So we are really curious after we saw this report about this Kuwaiti Technical College Conference. What can you tell us about it?
There's plenty to tell about the conference. So it's our third annual conference at KTech, and the title of the conference is Driving Entrepreneurial Success via Digital Transformation and Innovation. The conference was held over 2 days, and throughout these 2 days, we had keynote speeches, we had panel discussions, great. We had workshops, and lots of presentations.
Well, that's really great, and we would like to know about the title of the conference and why you chose this particular title.
So the reason we chose the title Driving Entrepreneurial Success via Digital Transformation and Innovation is because we're shedding a specific light on entrepreneurship and the SME landscape in Kuwait, and how a lot of that is being shaped by technology, important themes like artificial intelligence and cybersecurity, and also seeing the role that these technological elements are playing in the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Kuwait and beyond.
Exactly. And we saw during the report many professors and trainers from different places and different entities, either from our lovely country, Kuwait, or from other countries, and they participated and all look excited to share their knowledge with everyone who attended. So what is the main goal of the conference, and what message did you convey?
So the main goal of the conference was to foster an important dialogue about entrepreneurial success and what is the role that innovation plays in driving this success. How can we harness the power of technology to drive entrepreneurship and to support entrepreneurs in Kuwait? We also wanted to look at best practices. We wanted to see what are the challenges that entrepreneurs are facing and what are some solutions that we can put forward.
I was wondering while I was watching the report, and I saw a lot of people participating, but in the conference, who was the target audience?
The target audience was varied, honestly, and this is what's so great about these kinds of events, is that when a theme is as common and universal as entrepreneurship and technology, you attract a wide range of audiences. So we were targeting industry people, we were targeting entrepreneurs, we were also targeting the research and academic community, as well as students and aspiring entrepreneurs.
Well, that's really great, and we spoke, or like we mentioned, the speakers, and we'd like to know also about the prominent speakers in this conference. Are there any participants, as we mentioned, from outside Kuwait? We already mentioned that, but we'd like to know more details, please.
Honestly, we were so honored to have a wide range of esteemed speakers from different parts of the world. So we had speakers from the GCC, including Professor and Dr. Engineer Adel Bhola from Arabian Gulf University. We also had Professor Khalid Hashimi from Qatar University. And we also had a speaker from Wales, from Swansea University, Dr. John Motelia. And they shed such important insights about this emerging topic and how important it is. And what's really interesting is that when you have people coming from different parts of the world, you realize how much we all have in common.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Exactly. And you, Ms. Noura, being a part of this great conference, of course, one of the goals is to please the attendees and the trainees and the people who are attending the conference, and making it like with a lot of options in the conference, making a lot of options for them to choose in the conference. So we're curious to know about the activities happened during the conference and what kind of sessions have been presented as workshops in both days.
So there was plenty going on across those 2 days. We had panel discussions, as I mentioned earlier.
Great.
And the interesting thing about the panel discussions is that it's bridging the gap between what the academics are saying and what's actually happening in the industry. We also had workshops, as you rightly mentioned, and the workshops were delivered by subject matter experts in the field. And so we had workshops on entrepreneurial mindset. We had workshops on how to succeed as an entrepreneur. What are the key skills that are needed for an entrepreneur to succeed? So as you can see, the focus isn't just on what's happening in the research, but also what's happening in the industry.
And the conferences, as you know, Nora, about the people who are attending and the participants and even speakers of the conference, it's a different experience for them. It's really memorable. So what benefits you believe was learned from the participants and attendees that they gained during the conference?
So at KTech, our hope is to always enable and empower people to speak to one another and to learn from each other's experiences. So our hope was that in exchanging knowledge and best practices about entrepreneurship, about digital transformation, that our audience was able to come out with a fresh perspective and hopefully with new ideas and exciting opportunities that can drive their entrepreneurial success forward.
Let's say in general.
Yeah.
It was a great conference. Everyone was like they learned from it. But we'd like to know in general, based on your experience, others' experience, your friends, your colleagues who attended, and what they told you, their feedbacks. How can we learn more about what happened in the two-day conference.
So I think what's really nice about those themes that we tackled in our conference is that it goes beyond those 2 days, you know? And I think that if you took away some lessons from, for example, a local business, if you met a business person or you came across their account on Instagram through networking with them at the event, you can sort of keep up with them and see what their business is doing, what are the success stories that you can learn from that. And something that I also observed throughout those 2 days is that a lot of the researchers who attended actually networked together and they were discussing ways to collaborate on future research activities. So that was a key benefit that we're especially proud of. And if you want to keep up with it, that's where I really push for people to sort of stay up to date on our social media accounts for KTech and also the individuals you met at the event and seeing what they're up to as well.
Well, that's excellent and well said from your behalf, Ms. Noura. Any last word for the researchers, the students at KTech and your colleagues? Any last word you would like to share with them?
Stay curious, stay hungry for knowledge, and don't be afraid to innovate.
Well, many thanks to you, Ms. Noura, for being this evening with us on Hala Kuwait. We wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors and the next conference.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's really a pleasure. The viewers, we just had with us Ms. Noura Al-Asimi, Assistant Vice President in Finance and Administrative Affairs at Kuwait Technical College, KTech. So now it's about another report to share with you.